Hello people, Rick from Ra Recordings here. Today I want to talk about monitoring yourself live. I've done my share of gigs and performances. I used to be a drummer in a Guns N' Roses tribute back in the day, and I did some pretty big gigs. And in that time, well, maybe the technology was already there, but well, yeah, maybe I wasn't into that as much, so I didn't use a lot of in-ears then. Later on I played another rock cover band, and then gradually I started to use headphones for in-ear purposes, which were just plain ordinary Sennheiser CX300 Mark IIs. They sound pretty good. They do a good job in isolating the sound, but it's not 100%, if you know what I mean. The biggest problem I have, later on I also use the Superlux headphones, on which I have another video online. They isolate pretty good. I don't have to put the click very loud. I can hear my own monitor signal, everything. But they still let the bass guitar through, and it's not that I detest bass guitar or anything, but it gets in the way. So if a bass player is standing with this complete bass rig next to you and he's blowing out all that low end, you scarcely hear what you're doing in your own low end, or actually sometimes even the click is almost inaudible. So, like most of people, I see a lot of musicians using these custom made in-ears. And I'm like, yeah, that's the solution, you know? So I go online and then I see the prices, like 700, 800 euros with 27 drivers in them and everything. And I'm like, that's a lot of money to make this step and maybe end up with exactly the same sound, or maybe even not satisfied at all. There has to be a way that you can make a small middle step so you can try them out, you know. And I did a lot of research and I tried a lot of things, and I believe I found it, or it's not I believe I found it. For me personally, I found it. And that is, I went to a company that makes the little custom in-ear plugs from resin, but instead of making ones with the headphones in them or with audio filters in them, I asked them to leave a hole on the outside that are exactly the diameter of the headphones that I wanted to use. So the headphones I use are called the iRock A8, and they look like this. I actually have used these, or have presented these in another video. They're dual driver headphones, and you see here that they don't have a headphone on, don't have a rubber sleeve on. If you look at them, you see that I have machined them a little bit, or well, machined them. I use a nail file and I made the edges slightly sharper so they stick in better. This is not necessary. This is something I did myself as a precaution, because sometimes I do gigs and it's that hot inside that the plugs expand a little bit. So these two are my preferred headphones. I use these with the standard tips that come with them, the standard sleeves, the earbuds, but one of my ears is pretty big and I never get an exact fit in one of my two ears. So then I went to the company and had me made these. And what I did was, they took a measurement of my ears, and then I just gave them one of the ear tips, the rubber sleeve, the earbud, and I sent it along with them so they knew the diameter. And then I asked them to just make holes in them, like you can see here. Like this, you see. And then this is the right one because it has a red dot. So I take the right one, yes, and I just click this in. And if you see it like this, you think, man, that looks ridiculous, you know, but you actually don't see a thing about it. I have used these since September last year. I took these along to, you see, they're tight, everything's fixed. And then you put the cable behind your ear. See, it's just a plug with a cable. I've used these since September last year, about all the gigs I did till now. I've took them along to Japan, to Poland, I did all the gigs and they work flawlessly. It was just the last time when it was that hot, one of the earbuds popped out, so I had the cable with it, and I had to put it in 2 times during the gig. So that was the only thing. Yeah, it's tighter. I lost one of the earbuds last time. You see, this is just how they look when they come out of the packaging. Oh, by the way, these headphones at AliExpress, they're like 15 or 16 euros for dual driver headphones, you know. You can also just use your shorts and give the earbud of the short just the size you don't use, you know, because it's just the diameter, about the diameter of the earbud, and send it along. And just ask around in your neighborhood for some companies that make these to those specifications. I paid about $100 for these. So that was still a big portion, a lot of money, but it's no way like $700-800. So I use this system now. I'm convinced now. When you put these in, it blocks out everything. So not only does it take out, you know, the highs and the mids, but also the low ends. So you get a little balanced, how do you say, the volume goes down in all the frequencies. And that's exactly what you want as a drummer. Exactly that good that I even have to put sometimes my snare on my monitor, and I'm a loud hitter. So they isolate really well. And even with these cheap headphones, I'm getting a very good sound. So I'm saving up now to do the definite upgrade, and I'm gonna let me build custom in-ear monitors. I'm not sponsored by any company or anything like that, but it convinced me, and I made this step, and it cost me about 100 euros. So I could try out how it would be to have custom in-ears, and I'm convinced. I'm gonna get the professional ones, because it really is that much of a difference with normal earbuds or over-the-head earphones. Well, as always, if you have any questions and if you finished listening to my ramblings, please put some comments below. Please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.